What will grading look like in 2022? And should I be buying more raw cards to grade? Let's get into it. Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel, everyone. I wanted to get into grading cards. I'm trying to make plans for 2022 and what direction should I go? Should I be buying more raw cards or should I be buying some of these deals that I'm seeing on eBay for already slabbed cards? And it's really a tough decision. I mean, there are a lot of good deals with cards coming back in droves from PSA. And it really depends on the player and the card, obviously, but if there were some players that you were interested in or that you bet on in the past, and the past meaning January or February of this year, probably those are players you might still want to bet on today. We're in the same calendar year. So it's kind of crazy that somebody who maybe peaked in January or February, now less than a year later, you're thinking that they're worthless or their career is not going anywhere. And, one such player might be Kyle Kuzma, who I believe most of the hobby has given up on. But you never know, right? These guys are young. They could have comebacks. They could have bounce back years. They might figure something out. We just don't know. And we're seeing that with certain players today that maybe struggled early on in their career. Zach LaVine would be one such player who many people that I talked to really thought that he would not become an NBA All-Star. And it seems like that is going to be who he is for the rest of his career. With that said, should we be buying the raw cards or should we be buying already graded cards? And that's kind of the dilemma that I've been thinking about. Where should I spend my dollars? Because obviously I'd want to do both. I mean, if I see a really great deal on an already graded card, I'm going to go ahead and try to pick that up. And if I see a really great deal on a raw card, I'm going to go ahead and try to pick that up. So that's I'm just going to buy whatever I believe is a good deal in the moment, and it could be graded, it could be raw. However, I do have a strategy as far as where I see grading going in 2022, and I touched on this in my last video where I do believe PSA will be opening up lower service levels, I think sooner than we think, and at some point in 2022, I believe we will see a bulk submission option. And what that price point will look like, it's really hard to say, but I'm going to go ahead and be optimistic and say it'll be between $20 and $30. I actually don't think that's unreasonable, and I believe it makes sense for many of the cards that people want to send to PSA. I want to touch on that a little bit. One of the most graded sets, and I got this from another video, it may have been Personal Finance Dad who went over this, but one of the most graded sets was 2019 Prism Basketball. And if you think about it, people were probably grading every single rookie card in that set in hopes of hitting a Zion or maybe hitting the next who knows who, right? The next Kobe Bryant or the next Michael Jordan. You just don't know how these guys are going to perform for the duration of their career. So you're going to send their cards in, get them graded, hope you get a 10 and hold on. And I think that was the plan back then, especially at $10 per card. Why not take a shot? And I'm sure it paid off for most people, even for the players that really haven't panned out. If they were able to sell their cards during the peak, they probably still made out. And that's kind of what happened back then. Well, if you look at today, how many rookie cards from the LaMelo Ball rookie year would we send in even at the $10 grading option? I mean, there's LaMelo, there's Anthony Edwards, there's Tyrese Halliburton, there's James Wiseman, and that's kind of where my list drops off. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe Emmanuel Quickley, but again, I personally wouldn't look to grade those cards in bulk. Obi Toppins or the Emmanuel Quickleys or any of the other rookies, I mean, maybe not, right? But I think even at $10, PSA still wouldn't see the tens of thousands of rookie cards that people were speculating on just a year and a half ago, just because of the price points. I think people would be more cautious, even understand that, hey, even at $10 a card, if I get back a Kobe White and I can only sell it for $10, well, what was the point of going through that whole exercise? So I think there's that element of it, but still, nevertheless, there are going to be tons of cards that are going to be graded at low price points. And so that's why I'm saying maybe $20, $30. I think at that price point, PSA won't be overloaded the way they were. Also, keep in mind they have much more capacity than they did just earlier this year. So that's going to also make a difference in the amount of cards that they can grade and probably the price that they're going to charge. Also, they're probably going to want to compete with the SGCs and the CSGs and the HGAs of the world. So they're going to want to get down to those price points to go head to head with them. I'm sure that's part of the plan as well. So with that said, I plan to buy more raw cards on StarStock, which I've talked about in many videos, the StarStock A cards. And it's been nice now that I've been able to ship those cards home. I can actually see the quality of the cards. And I sent a 30 card order into HGA. Also sent, I believe it was I think it was 5 cards at the Express level to PSA. So we'll find out what those cards get. So it'll be interesting to see the grades that we get back, but I believe the cards were very clean and I anticipate that they will grade very well. So with that said, some of these prices on these StarStock A cards are super low, and it really depends on what direction you want to go. If you want to buy some of the existing stars like Trae Young or maybe Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown specifically, his prices are way down. You might be able to pick up some StarStock A cards, or you might be able to find raw cards on eBay at drastically reduced prices. And I say, why not? Why not take a chance on the stars at lower price points in hopes that PSA is going to open up a lower grading service, which I believe they will, or you can use another grading service. But I just think that it's low risk right now. It's lower risk than it was before. I watched another video on this, on whether we should buy cards to grade. And this was the Card Boss. If anyone has seen the Card Boss, really great content out there. But one of the things he says is this is a risky proposition because look what happened with Zion. If you bought a bunch of raw cards of Zion Williamson, well, look at him now. Well, to that I would say we haven't seen him play yet. So we don't know yet what's going to happen, right? I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with his career. But his prices are down right now, yes. And so if you bought a year ago and now you're getting them back graded, it's probably the worst time to get back some Zion graded cards. I don't think that's a great example for the entire league, but also you're buying at low price points right now. And that's what excites me. So you can even speculate. You can buy Jordan Poole raw cards right now. If Jordan Poole becomes a star on the Warriors, again, I bought some cards, some Donruss base cards for less than $1. I mean, it's low risk. If he becomes a star in the NBA, I think that's a high reward, especially if he stays on the Warriors. Or you could speculate on some baseball prospects. Again, you get their cards very cheap. Couple of examples, I bought Keibert Ruiz, a Topps rookie on StarStock A for 15 cents, and I bought 50 of them. So, just taking a chance on whether he's going to make it, whether he's going to be a star, a major league star, who knows. For 15 cents, it's not a lot of risk. These are gradable cards. Will I ever grade them? I don't know. Maybe not. It depends. I know Topps 2021 print run is through the roof, so it may not be worth grading them even at $10 per card. And that's to my earlier point. People are going to hesitate to send in cards that they would have sent in 2 years ago, even at $10 per card. But that's a different topic. I also have been speculating on some Gavin Lux. Again, probably a lot of people got burned on Gavin Lux going into last season, and so they may not want to go down that road again. But for me, I just look at it as a great buying opportunity. The Dodgers moved on from Corey Seager, or I should say Corey Seager moved on from them. And I believe that will open up an opportunity for Gavin Lux. So that's all you really need is an opportunity. We'll see how he does. And you can get his Topps his Topps Chrome for between $1 and $2, a StarStock A very gradable card. Or you can get his refractor, which I bought a few of his refractors, $7 and $9 per card. So again, these are very low cost entry points into cards that have potential upside, and that's really what I like about it. You could also go the direction of quarterbacks that haven't had an opportunity yet, like Jordan Love or Jacob Eason. Now, you could say both of them have had opportunities and they didn't do very well. Well, they both played in one game, And that's a very small sample size to judge an entire player's potential. But if the market's going to react to that and prices are going to drop, again, I think that creates a nice buying opportunity. You can get Jacob Eason's Prism-based Star Stocks for about $2 to $3 per card. Again, these are very gradable cards. And if PSA opens up the lower service levels, or you want to grade with HGA, you can get them. You could have a low cost to grade, low entry point for the card, and that's really what you want. Taking shots on these players, at least if it doesn't pan out, you haven't put too much money into the card and into the grading fee. That's what I like about this combination. Same with Jordan Love. Jordan Love Prism base cards are going for around $10 per card, which is the lowest they've ever been since they've come out on the market. So that's, again, to me, that's a great buying opportunity. I think that if Green Bay saw something in this first round draft pick, it's worth a $10 chance for the future. Who knows? He might become a star in the NFL. So these are just some plays that I've been making, but really I think any direction you go, you will be able to find some really great deals on some good raw cards. Now's the time to buy the raw cards. And I think that the future for grading is going to, at least for 2022, I think it's going to be really good. I think we're going to see some competitive pricing and hopefully quicker turnaround times. And we'll see some of this excitement come back in the market that we saw in 2020. So thanks again for watching. I just wanted to do this video on whether I should buy raw cards or whether I should buy slab. And I still kind of shift my focus more toward the raw side of things. I think it's just more fun. I like the lower price points. I like that I can get into more cards at the lower price points, and then I can decide whether or not I want to grade the cards later on. I'm not stuck with an inventory of graded cards that I can't even move. So in any case, those are some of the things I wanted to go over today. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next one.